I feel so bad. Oh, are we gonna get Queen E4, Knight H4, Queen A8 mate? Is Rubius gonna see this? Oh, Rubius, Rubius, no, Rubius! Rubius!
1, 2, 3, keep it going now.
Rubius has played E4, and all right, C3.
That might be preparation, Levy.
Yeah, C3, D4. It's good preparation. It's a very good system. The Alapin. This is already actually quite advantageous for white, isn't it?
Yes, and this is what we expected. We expected Daniel to go D6.
Daniel Negreanu absolutely must play the move E6 right now. He hasn't, and if Rubius realizes how strong E5 is, Anna, and E6, just pushing through that, but will he?
I wonder if he senses it, because we've got the opening principles right in terms of development and castling as soon as possible, but it's not that easy to know when it is the right moment to strike. I think when you're starting out with chess, that's one of the most difficult to feel the right moment, to know when you should push, because the queen side of white is still undeveloped. So he could also think, is it time to move my knight from B1? Is it time to move the bishop? And so he goes for the development.
Don't be fooled by this plus 1.5, because it's so hard to even understand why that is. I actually don't even fully understand why it's plus 1.5. Like, give black 2 moves, right? Black is fine.
I wonder if he follows up with, oh, now he is pointing out that the E5 pawn could be taken, but he should have seen the move before. Now black has enough pieces defending the pawn.
Yes, exactly. Literally, I mean, like, if he just saw that his knight, he didn't like that his knight, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Black has no threats. Pawn takes pawn, and black is destroyed on the E file.
Yes, it's a bit too late now about the E5 pawn. I wonder if he will notice that even though he missed the chance there, he could, for instance, play knight to E4 or bishop to E4 and try to attack the D6 pawn. That's a vulnerable spot too, a weak pawn.
Is that even considered an intermezzo, like before you take on E5? I guess it is, right? So
yeah.
And
a very strong intermediate move, which removes the defender of the E5 bishop. So Daniel would be winning at least a piece, if not more material. Bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes, E5, also attacks then the queen and the bishop on D3. This is suddenly falling apart, unfortunately, for Rubius. But then Daniel plays F6 to keep his bishop. I think he also got tunnel vision there, thinking that he needs to make sure that the G7 bishop cannot be traded. So he didn't see that he had an opportunity.
It was like a roller coaster, just and then back up. And are we about to go back down again, Anna? I'm really scared. It's actually very natural here for Rubius to either move his bishop 2 squares where it was, or 1 squared forward and attack the rook. So I think we're fine. I don't think we're, or that.
Yes, a bishop to D4, very logical.
Anna, you're right. Oh, you take this with the knight. Or you don't.
Again, misses his chance. It's a game where they both, I feel like, are a bit too cautious. And instead of realizing that the E4 pawn was okay to take, Daniel goes back to F7, defensive move.
And this is winning for, G4, just G4, right? Or knight D3 and some sort of G4.
G4 was going to undermine the D4 bishop, but after the trade, now the queen is defending the D4 bishop, so the pawn push to G4 no longer wins a piece for Daniel. What an exciting game, the evaluation bar dancing to the beats of Rubius, and this is an anyone's game type of position. Anyone can win this.
This is an insane game. This is an extremely high-level game of chess, and it is taking place on the only 3 open files. Daniel, don't play rook c1. That does not work. Also, Anna, do you take on e5 or do you push f5, f4? Like, what are you doing here? Probably f5, f4.
I feel like he should push f5, but it's not an easy decision to take because it allows white to keep that pawn, which would have been a pass pawn. Rook e6 is logical. Pinning the pawn, very good move.
That is a classy move. So I was right. He does put the queen behind the rook, looking for the batter. Oh my gosh, he's all in. He's all in. And this is maybe...
I'm telling you, Rubius has watched too many of our Champions Tour coverage.
But you're like, it sounds like we're joking, but he might actually be taking inspiration because so much of modern chess now is H4.
I'm not joking at all. H4 has happened so many times, and he was watching the broadcast every day.
Whoa, this is almost a blunder.
Breaking the rook with a tempo. He knows about the creating a bigger threat concept, but I'm not sure he realized that after pawn takes bishop, his queen too is hanging.
But he blunders. It's hit twice. It's hit twice. Just take it. Daniel
has been low on time.
Daniel has been super capture averse this whole game, but he has the time to find it. He's been avoiding a lot of trades.
Yeah. No, this is his chance. This is his chance to calmly calculate that bishop is attacked by 2.
Oh, but he misses it!
Rubius follows up with the king side attack. The b6 bishop is still hanging.
It's just immortal. It's standing there. And Daniel might realize that that's the thing, but now you're being attacked on the other side, and he finds it.
He takes with the queen. Very smart decision because it forces the queen trade. Rubius with a smile there that he missed the bishop hanging.
No!
He takes on e5 too, which unfortunately is another piece, and Daniel will take it. That's, I think, is a lot more obvious that this knight is hanging.
Oh my. Oh, Rubius just melting under time pressure, unfortunately. He was exceptional. I mean, this is 3 straight games.
Yeah.
That it
was a brilliant game by both. Kudos to both.
He missed it!
Daniel didn't take the knight, so Rubius is still in the game. It's a piece down, but he still has some chances. That's a great move because if the king moves, the bishop on f7 is hanging.
Bishop f8, knight d7.
Goodness me. How can Daniel get out of this then?
I don't know. I think he has to. I don't even know what the best move is. Oh, knight f7.
King h7. Let's
Bishop
see if
d4.
Rubius
Bishop d4.
Yep.
And if, I don't even know what's going on. Oh, and is he trying to rescue his knight?
I think that's what he's doing, but now rook h6 wins the knight.
Yeah. Wow, that's heartbreaking. And Daniel
both the bishop and the rook are attacking it, so just one move short of getting the knight out of a desperate situation. Yeah,
Daniel is confident in the endgame. Plus, it helps that the other guy's got 20 seconds. Let's make it very clear. And keep converting. Rubius at 2 seconds. And there, the defense of the rook is gone.
I think he's trying to create a stalemate. I was teaching him about stalemates, and he thought it's unfair that someone with material up would make only half a point. But I pointed out that you always need to make moves. In this case, there's no stalemate because there's still so much room for the king that Rubius resigned.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen. He said I was going to go Danish. And okay, you know what? I'm actually going to say this, Anna. I'm going to say we didn't prepare anything. Let's see how the opening goes. So that
you haven't prepared for this?
No. Only if it goes well did we prepare. If it goes poorly, it's his fault.
I wonder what development Rubius will go for because I showed him the... No, please no. I hope it's a mouse slip because I told him that the f7 pawn is glued to the board. I told him you cannot move that pawn. No.
Well,
what is going on?
He's coming up with inspiration. So the dangerous thing here. Oh, Daniel doesn't go d4. Daniel, d4. They're shredding it all open. All right, we got a game then. This actually might be brilliant by Rubius. Yeah, that was not my prep. I'm gonna distance myself from that. I'm gonna hire a legal team.
Levy.
I did not tell Daniel Negreanu to play the move g4. Let's just be very clear. You have me on record. This is court. You can admit this testimony in court. I did not. But having said that, Rubius very creatively comes up with f6, e5. He's fine. And he's playing faster.
G4 was very brave by Daniel, and placing his king on the long diagonal is also maybe a bit too challenging for his own safety.
Yeah. All right, listen, Daniel, you can't be all loosey-goosey having a sandwich. I mean, when c5 is played, Rubius is storming back. Like, this is crazy. He's playing fantastic. Now Daniel's d4 move is not even possible. He can't go king g3. Please, don't go king g3, e4, you resign. Don't even think about it. It's right there in the line of sight. Oh, f5 is so good.
What a move by Rubius, opening up the f5.
Es para que él no, en el futuro él no pueda abrir esta línea, ¿sabes? Y que pueda bajar la torre por aquí. Porque creo que es lo que quiere hacer.
He doesn't want to let him open up the h file.
If Daniel realizes that he has to safeguard his king with one of the pieces that's going to be under attack, he can actually stabilize. For example, pawn takes, bishop here, bishop takes, and like queen takes. And Daniel might, like, it's not good, but it's not dead lost, or even knight takes. Even knight takes is good.
The other move that Rubius is looking at is bishop e5. I think that's a strong one too. And eventually he settles with f4. That was one of his first thoughts.
He doesn't realize how important e4 is to his attack. He needs e4 to guard f3. And if Daniel takes e4 with literally anything, although some are better than others,
yeah,
Black's attack is almost completely gone. If Daniel plays knight d e4 and bishop f3, and he's played it, and now bishop f3, and he's stabilized. Yeah, so now I would expect bishop g4, but that actually allows the rook to take the pawn. Right now, the rook is guarded. The pawn is guarded. But
yeah,
bishop g4 reopens the pin. I don't know if we're going to get rook g5, but and he just goes all in.
g6 all in.
Daniel, what are you doing? He's so brave this game.
The funny thing is, if 20 moves from here on, we're gonna get an endgame where there's a back rank checkmate thanks to the g6 pawn. It could still work out in Daniel's favor, but he has to survive this stage of the game because now his king will be, again, the target and the black king is safer. And now it's important to remember that the rook is hanging, so this is important to remember why the bishop went to g4. Oh, he's looking at rook f4. That's an exchange sacrifice. I don't think voluntary sacrifice.
Yeah, he forgot it's hanging, but it's still a game. It is still a game, even if he loses the rook for the bishop.
Es flipante esta partida, tío. No estoy comiendo nada.
Oh, he doesn't realize.
Yeah.
Daniel's blundered the bishop.
Well, will Rubius see it? Will he just move the king, or will he see that the bishop is hanging?
Right, that's the thing, because he thinks, oh, it's over. I just gotta play some moves and that's it, and he's gonna kill me. And he might be and he spots it! It's game on!
He was about to move the king and then he takes the bishop. He wants to get rid of the rook.
Oh,
Knight e4 is a good idea.
Oh, that's a good idea. In fact, it's so good it just wins.
Goodness me, that's a killer move if he plays it.
Vale, pero si me como ahora esto... Es una pieza gratis, no, porque está defendido por el caballo.
Oh, he thinks it's winning a piece, though.
24 segundos, tío, por favor, dame más tiempo, tío. Que ayer tuve 80 horas, tío, ¿qué pasa?
Need to move, you need to move.
That was not Spanish.
¿Qué coño hago, tío?
Oh, he took with the queen in the end! Oh,
he troleado, tío, he hecho mis clics. ¡Ah! He hecho mis clics.
Oh, he misclicked! No!
Es que ya no puedo, tío, con el tiempo y todo, tío, es que ya...
Oh no, a mouse slip in a crucial moment.
I feel so bad.
But now the rook is hanging. Daniel is hanging his rook, but Rubius doesn't see it. He doesn't have time.
Oh, are we gonna get queen e4, knight h4, queen a8 mate? Is Rubius gonna see this? Oh, Rubius! No, Rubius!
The back rank checkmate. Levy, have I told you about the g6 pawn earlier? The funny thing is, if 20 moves from here on, we're gonna get an endgame where there's a back rank checkmate thanks to the g6 pawn.
Anna, you were right.
I didn't want to be right. I didn't want to be right. I didn't want to be right.
My heart is broken.
I'm relieved because he played so good. And I think, honestly, if he had more time, he probably would have won both games, right? Because, like, honestly, in the early, I'm like, okay, no problem here. I'm good. And all of a sudden, what? And then when I was white, I was just going to march up the right side. He's doing stuff on the left. I'm not paying attention. Nothing matters. And before I know it, boom, 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 boom. He's attacking me from, like, every area. And I realized, like, I was all crammed in and had nowhere to move. So, like, luckily at the end, he only had like 20 seconds or something. And he blundered his queen and a couple things there. But if he had more time, I don't know how I was going to win from white there after I screwed all that up. Gave away a freaking, what did I give away? I gave away a free knight.
My problem was today that since my matches from yesterday or 2 days ago with XQC, I now have trust issues, many trust issues, because when I played against XQC and I didn't see the check-in ones and stuff like that. That took a lot of confidence from me when I played today. So not knowing what to do, and that's why I think that I took more time to play today, because the other day I was playing much quicker, but today I was like watching at the clock and it was just like 20 seconds to finish the game, and I start getting nervous and stuff. And yeah, he also played really good. Like he was always attacking everything. I had like so many stuff planned in my head, and then when I was about to do the plan and finish it and win the game, he was there and stopped everything, all my plans. So yeah, GG's, man, really good games.